for their Premier League game as well. The reports we're getting are that the Old Trafford faithful not too happy with the first half. But let's talk about the first half from a Chelsea perspective first of all. And Ziyech and Havertz didn't play at the weekend against Manchester City, and Thomas Tuchel told us actually that they were just lacking a bit of form and confidence. What have you made of them in the first half?
I think they found it difficult. I think they've lacked any real influence or impact on the game. I think Ziyech, we were talking during the break there, I think probably trying a bit hard at times and giving the ball away, but they haven't been able to get in the pockets to receive the ball and really turn and actually start conducting things for this Chelsea team. And I think going forward, Chelsea have lacked in all areas really in that sense.
What about going forwards from a Juve perspective? What have you made of them? No shot on target yet.
Well, I think they've been set up well to counter. Chiesa's been arguably their best player. Real pace and real intent. The counter opportunities for Juventus have come from mistakes from Kovacic. So it's not really a structural issue for Chelsea, but it's just sloppiness. You know, this is a square pass, poor Chiesa there. You see, obviously this is Rabiot, but this is just a terrible pass on the counter. He's got to do better there because that's 2v1 for Juventus, Joe.
Yeah, Juventus dropped off into a low block and they're good at this. Chiesa was exceptional. He gets away from play, doesn't choose the right thing, and that should go across the goal. But Juventus will be very happy with their night's work so far in what the game plan would be to stifle Chelsea and break with pace, and they've done that. Chelsea have fallen into the traps on too many occasions. Kovacic has been a bit sloppy with the ball, and they need to tighten up at half-time. It's right what Rio says about Ziyech and Havertz just haven't been able to affect the game. One, there's not enough space and it's difficult to play in that position. But when you're at a club like Chelsea and you get that shirt, you have to do it. So I expect Tuchel will be looking at Loftus-Cheek, who did a fantastic performance at the weekend, coming on as a little bit of something to come on and maybe change the game. Callum Hudson-Odoi maybe at right wing back. It needs a bit of sparkle.
Structurally, I don't think Chelsea need to do too much. I just think in the final third they need to come alive, and I think when they've had the ball in their own half and in the middle third of the pitch, they've been quite comfortable and they've controlled large parts of the game. But it's just having that imaginative element in the game that they've probably lacked in that invention in and around the box. So Lukaku's been starved of any service as well.
We talked about that battle between Bonucci and Lukaku before the game. We've seen Bonucci's that clever defender, that stuff that Rio highlighted, giving him that space. I still think Lukaku can be a bit more adventurous within the game. When you come up against tactical teams like Juventus, you need to give them more questions. At the moment, it's quite static for Chelsea. So can Lukaku do a bit more, I think? Because at the moment, there's creativity for Chelsea is not there.
OK, we shall find out what happens in the second half. Thanks very much, team. Right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, second half for you. And we've got so used to Thomas Tuchel making big impacts with his Chelsea team at half-time since he's arrived in English football. What will his message be right now, and what can he do to improve things for them? No